Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Mansfield Town News and Views. I'm joined with a very special guest today, former Mansfield player Lee Stevenson. Afternoon, Lee. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well, mate. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. I'm guessing you've seen the latest results for Mansfield, and we're in a really good position at the minute. So it's going to be a real exciting end to the season.
Yeah, well, it's very similar to what we did when we got promoted. Well, obviously keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on all my old teams, to be honest. Mansfield and Forest are flying, to be fair, so it's a good time for Nottinghamshire at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of strange seeing that because neither side's really done anything in the past couple of years, so it makes a good change.
Yeah, well, they've not done anything since we left, have they? So
Yeah, true, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. Yeah, so just before we get into talking about Mansfield, obviously, I want to talk about started out at Sheffield Wednesday as a youth team player. What was that like for you, Lee?
oh, brilliant. I mean, I lived literally a mile away from the ground, Hillsborough, and it was just to sign for my local team, and obviously you're a big Mansfield fan. I'm a massive Wednesday fan. It was just a dream come true, really. A bit gutted that they got relegated that year, uh,
Mm.
but we were still in the reserve league, the reserve Premier League for 2 3 years. So we played against world class World Cup winners, players, Rooney, all sorts. I could name drop all day. It were a brilliant experience.
What players did you play alongside? Any like big names? What players did you play with?
Wim Jonk, he went to World Cup in '98. I think he went in 2002. Pressman, De Builder, Belgium international. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously Grant Holt, people like that. Yeah, they were brilliant time at the club. Well, the club was on the downfall at the time, but just
Yeah.
to be around them sort of players every day were just a dream come true, really.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like you say, big players that have been on international players and went on to have good careers. And then obviously you got loaned out to Kings Lynn. Was that something that you wanted? Just first team football, really, as a young player.
Um, well, I was flying in my second year. Playing really well, and I got a double fracture to my leg.
Mm.
So we're just really getting match fit and playing man's football, really, if you like.
Yeah,
It sent me in good stead. To be fair, what didn't we were there for 3 years. I must have played under five, six, seven managers, so we never really settled.
yeah,
To go out and get experience, yeah, it was fantastic, and I had a brilliant time at Kings Lynn. They absolutely loved me. They used to get crowds, well, bigger than Mansfield at the time.
mm.
Used to get 1,500, 1,800 fans there. It were brilliant. So very similar, really. The ground's not massive, but just
Yeah.
all them fans packed in. Yeah, it was a brilliant experience.
So it was quick for you to settle in then with the crowd there, because obviously it can take a while for players to settle in. But so for you, it was straight away you was settled in. Settled in.
Yeah, I went down there, got told I play first team football. Well, my agent at the time, he knew Paul Rayner. I think he was assistant manager at Kings Lynn, at Mansfield.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so I knew he knew Rains. He was like good mates with him. So he said, "Just come down, play some football. You're going to play."
Yeah,
I think they were pushing for promotion, but when all the leagues changed, they went to Conference North
yeah.
and stuff like that, League One and that.
Then obviously shortly afterwards, you went to Belper, where you just goal scoring was amazing. I was looking at your stats the other day, and it was amazing to see how many goals you've scored. It must have been a great time for you, just scoring so many goals and getting first team experience. I mean, how was that for you that time period?
Well, just going back a year or so, I did my ACL when I was at Kings Lynn. I signed 2 year contract, so I did my ACL. Come back too quickly, really. Uh,
Right.
I did it again, so I got a double fracture, two ACLs on the same leg. Uh,
Yeah.
didn't do no rehab, and I just got a call out of the blue one day. Do you fancy coming down? So I went down. Had a bit of a not a great start, but the season after, he changed formation, exactly the same formation what Coxey played, and
Yeah.
re-roll, and I think I scored 150 goals in 4 seasons. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. We're all from Rotherham and Sheffield,
Hmm.
so car schools all went out at night. It was just a really good time for that club.
It must have been obviously when you started out at Sheffield Wednesday to go down to like non-league and stuff. It must have. Did it open your eyes then to like different style of football and that, and being more physical? Did it really, give you a challenge then?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I never even knew non-league football existed. Especially on the scale that it is, especially now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really did open my eyes, and the fans are committed and home and away. Yeah, it was just fantastic. But yeah, just to be around that environment, working and playing football, it was a busy time, but it was just fantastic.
yeah, definitely. And like you said there, it's like you look at non-league now, and it's such a competitive league, isn't it? It's so well
Yeah,
compared to obviously when we was in it. It was like obviously it was competitive then, but you look at it now, and it's hard to really see what team can go because there's that many big clubs now that's down there. It's like it's just such a competitive league now.
yeah. Not just that though. I mean, the players that are playing. I mean, there's so many players that could play football league, but they've obviously got good jobs and they don't want to do it. I mean, like,
Yeah,
well, we used to play Stockbridge. Vardy played for Stockbridge, played against them. Uh,
yeah.
my mate Ant Wilson, he got a big move. Alfred and Barry. There's so many people that have got the ability to play in football league.
Mm.
Astonishing, actually, non-league football. I mean, I'm surprised that they've started taking a lot more chances on young lads. And
Hmm.
I mean, I were a bit older. I were right 27 when I signed for Mansfield. But yeah, it's there's so many different characters and people with different abilities that could make the step up.
Easily, very easily. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we've been linked with a striker from non-league as well. I think it's from Sour Bridge. He scored a load of goals, so I don't know if that's going to come off or anything. But like you say, there are good players down there. It's just giving them a chance, isn't it?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
And obviously, Eastwood Town, you linked up with Paul Cox and that. What was it like there for you, Eastwood Town?
Well, he come in for me when I were at Belper. They put a bid in.
Oh, yeah.
They come to watch my mate, and so who's this lad? Never really heard anything of him, but I weren't allowed to go. And then in the summer, I went on a free and linking up with Cox. It was great time. I don't think there's many people that have a season like I had that season. I mean, I don't think I got into the team while about September-ish.
Mm.
To score 35 goals, no penalties in there as well. Just get that in there. We'll get Reedy off them. But
So
yeah,
what was it? Then? Was it just the you got really good service there? You made your own goals. I mean, what was it? You had really good players around you then.
yeah, we had some fantastic players around us. We had a kid. We had John Delala,
Mm.
JD, Anton Foster, obviously Lyndon, Toddy, Reedy,
Yeah.
Joe. We had David Agate. Players that did make the step up as well. We were just brilliant. Yeah, the service, the system that we played really just worked around me and Lyndon really, just to run off Reedy.
Mm. So Cox, he was someone that you always got along well with. Then you always just enjoyed working under him.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a good relationship with, I'll say, all but one manager. But yeah, Cox, yeah, I had a fantastic relationship with him on and off the pitch, and I owe Coxie my career. To be fair,
Mm.
I took a chance on me, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, he's at Kettering now, and he's doing quite well there. And like I say, he's got the experience from non-league, not just with Mansfield, but obviously other teams he's managed as well. So yeah, he deserves every success. And he's the perfect manager for any non-league club.
Yeah, he's. I think he ran about taking over at Kings Lynn at one point. He rang me up just to suss the chairman out and what have you. But
Mm.
yeah, he's a brilliant non-league manager. It's a bit weird actually when you look at it. He's never really kicked on in the football league,
Mm.
but I know he loves. I think he's got a little business with his missus as well. So
Yeah,
I know he loved non-league players and bringing players through as well, like likes of me and Lyndon.
yeah, yeah. He did, and that's what I mean. He didn't. He wasn't afraid to take any risks in that, and obviously we'll get to it later on. But when we got promoted that season, he just didn't. He wasn't afraid to try different things out. And when we first went up that season with Mansfield, I didn't think he had a bad season. And say it was the first time we'd been back in the football league, I didn't think it
Yeah,
was a bad finish really.
yeah. I think I was in and out of the team. I think I played about 22 times, but Yeah, we had a difficult start. I mean, I think we didn't score for about 3 or 4 games. I remember, I think Ollie Palmer scored at Wycombe.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was tough. But it's going to be tough because we didn't have really that much league experience in there. We had Demps, Maz,
yeah,
Muzzle. We had the core, but around it were just basically non-league players, really. And I thought we did a
mm.
really well, played really well after Christmas, and we did good. It were a good finish to the season.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. And obviously, when you joined Mansfield, then obviously at that time you're committed to being a full-time professional and stuff. You know, how did you find that transition?
Well, just looking at my record, I think that first season was a bit of a write-off for myself. I think I only played 9 times. I broke my foot. Went on loan to Alfreton. There were another couple of loans that didn't really come off, but Coxie always said, "Listen, you'll get your chance." Uh,
Mm.
Scored my first goal on last day of the season. But I suppose that was a good thing to set me up for the next season because I started believing in myself again.
Yeah,
And to be fair, that first season and my lifestyle wasn't great, sort of thing. The team were doing well.
yeah,
Never really got a look in, but I come back probably the fittest I've ever been. I come back the fittest in the group
yeah.
and determined to have a good season that season.
It must be amazing for any player to have a manager believe in you like what Coxie did, because obviously a lot of players, I do believe a lot of players have got talent, but they just don't ever get given the chance or someone that believes in them. Like, and for you, that must give you massive confidence. Like Cox said to you, look, just get yourself ready for the new season, and obviously you got your rewards.
Yeah, he's always had big belief in me. I mean, I think they paid 30 grand for me, so
Mm.
that was sort of the belief and confidence in him that he had in me, really. But yeah, he always believed in my ability. I mean, my record speaks for itself, really. I always score goals, especially from midfield.
Yeah,
My record is 1 in 3 at Mansfield, which is something to be proud of, really, especially going through the leagues and
yeah,
that I had challenging me. We were all challenging for the same spot, really. We had 3 players in one position. I think that season we got promoted.
yeah. I mean, when you joined Mansfield, obviously Lyndon came with you as well, so it was kind of like you were getting the boys back together type thing. It must have been amazing for you to play with players that you've played alongside. So was it an easy transition coming to Mansfield then with obviously people that you knew then?
Yeah, I mean, it had been a bit quiet in the summer, and I weren't getting worried, but I was like, "Am I going to make this move or anything?" There were lots of whispers and what have
Yeah.
you. I went up to York. I was basically signing for York, and
Hmm.
I agreed a deal and what have you. I went up with my dad, who were impressed with the setup, sort of thing. There were a few lads from Sheffield there as well.
Yeah.
Basically, I just rang Coxie up and I went, "Listen, is this what's happening? You've signed for him. I know you're interested in taking me. What do you want to do?" And
Hmm.
he went, "Get yourself down to the ground now. We'll sign you." So it all
Hmm.
happened really quick, and I think he got announced on the presentation night
Hmm.
at Mansfield. So it all happened really quick, to be fair.
Yeah. So what did you make of the club? You know, when you signed and that, what did you make of the facilities, and you know, what did you make of it, the place?
I had a walk around with the chairman, I think Steve Barker, and the manager, and just is it the Plesley Suite, and you can walk out and into the stadium, and
Yeah.
blew me away. To be fair, just I knew I'd made the right decision straight away. It was just big all ground for conference, really.
Yeah.
I just were blown away by everything the set up. Just being a professional footballer, really. It was just something that I well didn't think I'd be able to do. But
Yeah.
yeah, it came a little bit later on in life. But yeah, I knew I'd made the right decision.
I think that's it with any footballer because it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, look at Jamie Vardy, like you mentioned earlier. He
Yeah.
obviously took him a while to get noticed for Leicester to take a chance. Well, Fleetwood to take a chance, and then Leicester. But it just shows you're never too old, you know, for anyone to take a chance on you. And it must have kind of felt like that for you at the time, then.
Yeah. I mean, obviously chuffed a bit that he did take a chance on me, knew what I could do. I think Vardy's on a different level to me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's so like we mentioned before, there's so many players that could make the step up. It's just if they want to do it, lifestyle and stuff like that, really.
Yeah, that's it. And like we've said before, there are players down there. It's just again giving them a chance, and yeah, just hoping they can obviously take the chance really. So obviously that promotion winning season at Mansfield. I mean, what a season that was. I mean, just how can you sum it up? Really, it was an amazing season. What was it like for you personally?
Just a blur. We were just going into games knowing that we were going to win.
Yeah,
I think probably a turning point for myself was we played Liverpool, didn't get on. Then the team played magnificent that day. Then we played Kiddie. I think we lost or we drew at home, and the gaffer were so disappointed because the standards that the team had set
yeah,
were very high, and he just said, "Listen, I'm putting you in at Stockport."
hmm
I think we were just in the new year, scored, and never really looked back. I think I started every single game since that, apart from the Wrexham game away, and they ended up losing, and I was straight back in. But yeah, the running was just unbelievable. There's something that if you do it this year, it'll be very very similar to what we did. But yeah, it was just brilliant to be around. The lads were great. We had a good group.
hmm What was I mean, obviously, confidence being a big thing, but like, it's obviously, what else would you say is a big thing for any team going to get promoted? Just obviously the quality and just the togetherness of the squad. Would you say they're big things as well?
Quality, team morale. I mean, I don't think I'd be exaggerating saying we had 30 players that season.
Yeah, big squad.
I think Coxie, he's seen it early on. There were a few bad eggs in there, like a few Southern players sort of thing, and there were little cliques happening, which we weren't very happy about. I think he sort of realised that after the Dartford game. But ever since then, we just sort of kicked on, got that group together. There were some lads training with the youth team, and the reserves didn't want them around.
Mm,
He just wanted that tight knit group. He did realise he'd got too many players, sort of thing. And
yeah,
we had team nights out, bonding, stuff like that.
yeah.
It's a massive thing, and everyone needs to get on when you're going for promotion, especially because everyone's going to get a chance because you need 16, 18 players.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the competition for places that season as well, that can only benefit you as a player as well because it makes you want to push harder as well. So that's another big thing as well.
Yeah, they had Lyndon, Wright, Louis, and Junior, all wingers. But
Yeah,
they all played a big part, and they were never disappointed when they didn't play because they knew in 2 games they'd get in again. They had maybe not a rotation system, but they all knew they were going to play their fair share of football, sort of thing. And
yeah.
I suppose it's good for competition as well. I mean, we had me, Spate, Greeny, Wright in that position as well, Hutch as well. We
Mm,
all knew we were going to play his fair share of football.
mm. So obviously, you mentioned there about the wingers there. What would you say if you was a forward player as well? Did you like playing up front, or was you just more of a wide player? What would you say?
What if I was a winger?
Yeah, like could you see yourself out there if the manager wanted you to play
Yeah,
out there, or
that formation, we played a high pressing formation. Probably didn't have the pace to play as a winger, but the way that we did play, we all knew what we needed to do, sort of thing. I mean, Muzza just really sat and looked after everything. We had wing backs going forward, but yeah, I could have played in. Well, I did play in all positions, centre mid.
mm,
Probably got play on the wing, in the all up front. Yeah, we all knew his jobs, sort of
mm.
thing.
That's what I mean. There were some great experienced players in there, like you mentioned Murray there. I mean, what was he like as obviously a captain? He must have been a massive player as well, just to get the team going. What was he like in the dressing room?
Muzza fantastic on and off the pitch. Really, he got everything right. I mean, he's a comedian. But then as soon as he crosses that white line, he's on you. He's on your back if you're not doing your jobs.
Mm,
Uh, likes of Muzza, Demps, and Maz, we probably wouldn't have won that league that year because we needed that experience. We needed them old heads in that dressing room,
mm.
which is good to be around. We had a good mix.
Yeah, that's another thing as well because you need the leaders, don't you? You need leaders on the pitch to kind of like just
Yeah,
basically guide you as well. That's another big factor in it as well.
yeah. I mean, we all turned into leaders when we knew we've got a chance of getting promoted here. I think
Mm,
as soon as we crossed that white line, everyone were focused on the jobs. Everyone were professional. but then we had that good camaraderie off the pitch, which is just what you need.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned obviously about the Liverpool game. When you got that draw and it comes out Liverpool at home, you must have been ecstatic knowing you've got the Premiership team coming to Field Mill.
Yeah, mad mate. Sturridge, Carragher, Downing,
Yeah,
and just the buzz around the just with Christmas as well. The buzz around the ground, around
yeah,
the city were absolutely brilliant. Yeah, they were queuing around the ground at one point. I think we were taking tea and biscuits out to fans and stuff like that, doing some interviews and what have you. Yeah, were brilliant, amazing.
but yeah, that's the thing. It's like you said. It's like after that game, we just kicked on, and that's again, it's similar to ourselves. We had not long played Middlesbrough in the cup, and it was similar kind of thing where we had a comeback and got back beat at the last minute. But it kind of the similarities there, and hopefully we can do what you guys did and just kick on because a good cup run can really transform into the league, and that's what it did that season.
Yeah, it breeds confidence. Obviously, I've been looking out for Mansfield results. You got 27 points in 30.
Mm-hmm.
Just mad. You've obviously got the players, you've got the chairman, you've got the budget sort of thing. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to kick on. Yeah, I mean, it'll be very, very similar to what we did if you can kick on 2-3 months left.
Yeah, definitely. That's the expectation. But as you know, I'm sure as a player, it's never simple with Mansfield. We always have to take things to the wire.
But me, I'm a Wednesday fan, so
Yeah, yeah. But again, just that season, there's so many great memories from that season. But obviously the Hereford away game, that was another one as well. The last minute with Mazza playing it to Reed, knock on to Reed. That was God. That must have been an amazing game to be a part of as well. What was that feeling for you?
I think we knew we were going to get promoted. As dramatic that as that game was,
Yeah,
I just got subbed off and I'd took my boots off, sort of thing, slammed them on ground. But we Reedy, Linden, Greeny, Briscoe, Junior, you knew you were going to get chances. When Muzza missed that chance, missed that 1-on-1, you think, oh, is it going to be our day?
yeah.
And to score how we scored, it was just unbelievable. I mean, I took my boots off. I ran on the pitch. Everyone just ran on pitch with fans. I was crowd surfing all the fans at one point. Match finished. But yeah, it was just unbelievable. That's something that'll just go to the grave with me, really. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Same for the fans. It was just pandemonium.
Just unbelievable.
What was before the game? Then what was it like in the changing room? Was it just nerves? What was the players like? What would the morale in the dressing room been like before it?
We're very nervous. Obviously, we did a pre-match sort of thing. Everyone was very quiet. I think we got a whisper that Kidderminster were coming down to watch us, and we were a bit angry, sort of thing, because I think we'd had some run-ins with them anyway. But yeah, for them to come and be in the ground and to think that they were going to go top of the league with it, going into the last game of the season, and then for us to do what we did do, and all we need to do would beat Wrexham, I just think karma, really, sort of thing.
Yeah, and obviously like you mentioned the scenes the players just ran onto the pit. Same with some of the fans and that, and just knowing that you've got the job done, it must have just gave you just that bit of pressure off you guys because you could just play the football then.
Yeah, I mean, going into the last game of this season, we knew we were going to win. I mean, we had 10,000. We'd sold 10,000 tickets. We couldn't let them fans down. I mean, I think everyone was very nervous. I think you could tell that in us play. I watched it a few times. I think Briscoe sort of set it alight when he got that penalty, and as soon as Greeny took the pen, we should have kicked on really. I possibly should have scored a couple at the bar in the second half. I remember one flying straight across goal, and I just went with my chest. I just gone with my head. It'd have been 2-0 at half time, and we'd have probably scored another 2 or 3 because we were that sort of team.
Yeah, like I remember that game because obviously I thought overall we was the better side anyway on the day, but it was just like you say the nerves because just knowing that the importance of the game, the massive crowd. I mean that must have been, for all the players just a big occasion because not a lot of players would have played in a big crowd like that. And was it just the pressure of it really that.
Yeah, there was obviously big pressure. I mean, we'd done half a job. We wanted to get 3 points. Wrexham had rested a lot of players because they were going into the playoffs, so they've got young lads coming in that need to prove themselves, squad players. I can't really remember them having a decent chance, but it's just the nerves sort of thing, and a bad back pass, something like that, could have spoiled all the season, really.
Yeah, and just to do it at home as well in front of so many fans. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just it must have been an absolute joy. And at Mansfield now we've got a screen, and it always shows you the Hereford game as well as the Wrexham game, and it's just every week you see it, and it's just you never get tired of seeing it. And for you looking back on it, it must be one of them achievements where you just love to be a part of.
oh, it's a massive achievement getting promoted. I think I scored 11 goals that season from Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, chuffed to bits with my own performance and the team performance. So I highlighted my career getting promoted. Some people will probably say it's playing in the Football League, but just to be a part of that team and around the city at that time was just brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. And again, did you have any offers as well from other clubs like at the time in that season, or did you have?
Yeah, got a couple of offers in the summer, but the Mansfield have got an option for a third year. Probably would have been better for my career to leave because I'd got offered 2-year deals from Wrexham and Barrow, but the club took that year option up and went on to be a Football League player, which chuffed to bits. Like, make your league debut at 29, 30. There's not many people to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, same with Reedy as well. I spoke to Reedy a couple of months ago, and obviously he was the same. Obviously, part-time worker, and just next thing you know, you're playing in the Football League, and you're never going to turn that down as a player, because I think every footballer wants to play in the Football League. So it was the same for you as well, then.
Yeah, I mean, we did a pre-season in Malta, I think. We were super fit. We were very, very fit.
Yeah.
And for all the years that I've played under Coxey, I've never started the first game of the season. So we're like, I never started the first game of the season. I'm not going to play. But me and Reedy started up front together. And, I missed. I always think about it. I missed a chance in the first 10 minutes, like an half volley, shanked it wide. But if I'd have just scored that, I might have had a different season. And I still finished second top goal scorer with 6. But
Yeah.
to score 6 goals in Football League is something that you didn't think could probably happen like 5 years before.
Yeah. Definitely, and I remember seeing pictures of the Malta pre-season, and you could just see it, and you could tell that all the lads had a good time. I can imagine the chemistry being amazing, as well as seeing the fans out there. It must have been amazing to be a part of that.
Yeah, it were mad. We worked hard, but we also had a couple of nights out as well, which were good. I think the chairman come. Yeah, well, a few lads went on the chairman's yacht. He took us out. That were a day I'll never forget. Put it that way.
Yeah, I bet you look back on times like that, and it's just like it's good to work hard but play on at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely that.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a couple of questions for some fans. From Jay. Who would you say is the best player at Mansfield that you played with?
The best player at Mansfield. I've always said it's Maz.
Yeah.
A bit of a secret keeper, if you like. Some of the saves he made that season were just brilliant. He's my hero, Maz. What a play! I mean, I always remember the save he made against Grimsby at home. It was just unbelievable. What a player! But then you've got Klukes, obviously Greeny, Muzzer. We had some great players.
Well, that's the thing. You look, some of the players you mentioned there, and some of them went on to have really good careers in the Football League. Obviously, Lucas has done really well. Reedy, with Lincoln. Yeah. So you come through some really good players at the time there.
Yeah, we've got Clemo, Path as well. They've gone on to have good careers. But definitely Maz for me. Yeah, he's some goalkeeper. He had a very good career as well. Seemed to put himself down as well, Maz. Very, very much a confidence player, but that season, and to finish his career in the Football League as well is something that he probably never thought were going to happen.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously it comes back to what we're saying about Paul Cox, and obviously he just believed in every single one of you, and that's must be a key thing to any player. Like we were saying earlier, just someone to give you a chance and just to say, look, if you're good enough, here you go. Here's this platform to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we all believed that we're good enough. Got Hutch as well, played for Celtic, played in Champions League.
Mm.
It's a mad career, but yeah, Coxey believed in every single one of us. Obviously, he brought us to the club, kept people at the club, shipped
Mm.
people out that were already there, what he didn't want, sort of thing. He knew what he wanted to do from day one, really, and believed and trusted in us, and thankfully it paid off.
Definitely. So do you still keep in touch with the lads, then, obviously, that you played with?
Just through social media, really, but I don't think there's too many northern lads, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've kept in touch. Half of my best friends are all from playing football, so
Mm.
I do keep in touch with people.
Yeah. Sweet. What would you say is your best moment in a Mansfield shirt? You know, the one that you can remember.
It's got to be the goal at Portsmouth, I think. The
Yeah.
overhead kick,
Yeah, brilliant that was.
showboat on Soccer AM and stuff like that. Yeah, it's I can't go on a night out without. I've got one particular friend just showing it to everyone, sort of thing. It's something that I'm proud of and chuffed to bits, and got quite a lot of coverage from that as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that's definitely my highlight. That and getting promoted.
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, I bet you couldn't imagine that going to Fratton Park and scoring a goal, you know, at the home end as well. That must have been
Yeah,
something.
football club. I mean, warming up before the match, you can smell the pies, the hot dogs, because
Yeah.
everyone talking. Obviously, it's very similar to Hillsborough, and I just thought, I just took a moment and looked around and thought, I've made it here, and to score a goal was just unbelievable, and to score how I scored it was just what a
Mm.
goal.
It was a good point for us that game as well. I thought we did really well, to be honest. I thought, you know, we was unlucky not to win the game, to be honest. So it's probably like one of the best points of that season when you think about it.
Brilliant performance that year at Portsmouth. Yeah, we played really well. I think we set to play better away from home
Mm.
that season. I think we picked up more points. I'm not so sure, but yeah, we were definitely better away from home. I think the expectation at home was quite high, really, because we got promoted, and yeah.
But you know, I was going to ask you what's. I think I might know the answer to this, but what would you say is the best manager that you played under in your career?
Coxey, really, he's had the best out of me. Obviously, we've spoke about it, believed in me. Whenever I wasn't playing, he always said, "Listen, you've been with me. You'll get your chance," sort of thing. And I had to believe in him. I mean, it took 18 months really for me to start playing regularly. I was in and out of the team the first half of the promotion season.
Yeah.
Scored a couple of goals, but yeah, he's definitely Coxey, to be fair. Yeah.
Definitely. Got another question from a fan, Jack. How was your career after playing at Mansfield?
Sort of football sort of chewed me up and spat me out. Really, I went to Alfreton. Probably the worst move in my career. That Nicky Lowe probably ruined my professional career. Really, I mean, I scored on my debut. I think we lost to Woking 3-1. We were winning 1-0, and then I scored the only goal and never got back into the team. Really, I went to Stockport on loan for 3 months. Absolutely loved it. Very similar club to Mansfield. The fans were brilliant. I mean, we played Chester in FA Cup. We got 5,000 there. It was just yeah. I wanted to stay there, but financially it didn't really work for me at that time. But yeah, the career after, and I went to Kings Lynn. Back, my mate was manager, and he said, "You fancy coming down?" I went, "I've got nothing to lose," sort of thing, and then ended up being assistant manager for a year. But yeah, and then sort of got a job. I got offered a job I couldn't really turn down, so I retired early, really, probably 32, 33. But it was the right time, I think.
Yeah, so it's just one of them. Like obviously the Alfreton spell that you had, that just really kind of just put you off. Really, essentially, that just destroyed your confidence as a player. Then.
Yeah, fell out with football, really. I remember playing at. I went to Stockport. My first game back was Torquay away, and we were just stayed over. We had. I felt like they wanted me out of the club. I don't know for whatever reason, and we're having breakfast with some board members, and they just having a conversation about Stockport. And I went,
Mm.
yeah, brilliant club, one of the best clubs I've played for. The fans were brilliant, and
Yeah.
I was just about to get on the coach, and assistant manager pulled me aside and went, "What's this? You've been putting Alfred down. I went, you're saying you were rubbish, and where's club you've been at?" I went, "What did you get that? How did you get out of that?" So I got the conversation out, and basically told me to get off the coach and get trained back. And I was like, "What's happened here?" And
Wow.
I ended up starting the game and having a really good game, and I was in the team for a couple of games, and then just the guy. I've not got nothing good to say about Alfred, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand managers like that because obviously you do it well for them. I don't, you can understand it if players had an attitude, but you just want to play football and you kind of be treated like that. It's just I don't get it with managers at times.
Yeah, he pulled me pre-season when I'm going to give you number 10. You're going to be your marquee signing, and
Mm.
then to for how it finished,
Yeah.
literally before Christmas, were just baffling. Really, it was just a weird place to be around.
Mm.
I know they're a big rival to Mansfield. Well, not anymore because Mansfield's gone that way and
Yeah.
Alfred's gone the other. But yeah, it was very strange part of my career, and just fell out of love with football. Really.
Mm. So just rewinding before obviously Alfreton, talk about the release from Mansfield. Was it a shock to you then you was getting released, or did you kind of expect it?
It was a shock. Obviously, I finished second top goal scorer. Played in majority of the games. We were in Magaluf actually, all the lads, and then someone got wind that we were all getting released, and then we literally landed, and it was a bit disappointing how we got released because I think Muzza did it. I don't
Mm.
know. Foxy didn't release us, but you got Muzza to do it. It was a bit of a sour way to end what had been a really good 3 years.
Yeah, so you were just out there on holiday, and then you just get the call from them just saying that basically that was it for you. There was nothing
Yeah,
else basically.
the land come to the ground. But yeah, one of the fans paid for his trip. He went, "If you stay up, uh,
Mm.
I'll pay for you to go on holiday." Like so,
Oh,
that sparked performances a little bit as well. Free holiday.
yeah, you can't say more further than that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I remember at the time because a lot of people were just kind of surprised as well, the fans, because you didn't have a bad season, the first season back in the football league and that, and it was kind of strange to us really, but it was really odd to be honest with you because I guess not even any fans saw it coming, so it was a shock from both sides really.
yeah. To finish 10th and 11th or 11th, I think it was. Yeah, we had a really good. He could have built a team. Well, could have brought bigger players in, and maybe we could have been fringe players, if you like, or
Hmm.
more experienced players in to play with us. It obviously would have been nice to play another year in the Football League, but just wasn't meant to be. I think I got wind of the chairman wanted some of the older lads out. I'd have been 31, I think, sort of thing.
Hmm.
So I never really knew why I got released, but
Hmm.
them things, it's football, really.
Yeah, I mean, the rumour going around at the time, it was like the budget wasn't as big, so that could have been a big thing as well. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but like that can be the case for a lot of clubs. But like I say, to finish 11th, it's not a bad start to this first time in the football league, really. So that could have been a factor, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I knew Greeny left for Birmingham, I think. Oh no, he went the season before, did he? And but
Mm.
yeah, it possibly could have been budget, but it would have been a shame if it was that because to do what we had done and then maybe get relegated
Mm.
here just because of a budget thing would have been a shame. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you say, it's just football for you. And you mentioned there, obviously, being a player coach from right in saying, what was that experience for you like as well? Just kind of getting a taste of like preparing the team and that. What was that like for you?
Yeah, we're really good. I really enjoyed it. That's another thing. We were doing really well. We had quite a big budget. I think we were sitting about eight, something like that. We had a good cup run. Went up to Gateshead. Lost 2-0 in the trophy, I think.
Mm.
But yeah, just preparing teams and stuff like that. It was brilliant. I was interacting with players.
Mm.
a new chairman coming halfway through the season, and we sort of knew what were coming. We'd not lost in 9, and then the gaffer got sacked. So that was football again, and I was loyal to him. And I just had a conversation with a new manager, and just said it's not for me, sort of thing, and left the club there and then.
So, with you having that taste of management and preparing the team, is that something that you'd be interested in doing? Have you done any badges or anything like that? Or
Yeah, I did my badges when I was at Wednesday years ago, sort of thing. Got UEFA. I forget what badges they are now. The one below the B, and it's not for me, mate. To be fair, I've got I like to call it a master's job now, sort of thing. So I'm in the real world, and I've never looked back since football. To be fair, I enjoyed it. I'm grateful for what football's given me, sort of thing. But getting to see my mates, bank holidays, sort of thing, Christmas. I've never been happier really in my personal life, so I don't miss that side of it.
Yeah, I can imagine it must be great, like, not having to wake up training every day and just kind of having more time so you can just chill out type thing and, with family and friends.
It's weekends really, stuff like that. I get to do sort of like what I want, and it's very. You've got to give, if you're going to do football management, you've got to put everything into it really, and I've just never really had the enthusiasm to do that.
So the last kind of good spell that you had, really, obviously playing wise, would you say would be Mansfield then, really?
Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it at Kings Lynn. To be fair, my manager was one of my best mates, and but yeah, football. My best period in football and what it got out of me was Eastwood. Probably I enjoyed that. That was just a remarkable sort of thing, and you got whispers, "Oh, they're looking at you, they're looking at you." So I got called up for England non-league team, but I was like 2 years too old, which they didn't realise. So yeah, I'd probably say it were Eastwood, but that promotion season was just unbelievable sort of thing. When I played my best was probably at Eastwood under Coxie.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I say, I'm just the other day I was looking at your stats and I'm thinking, wow, I'm surprised nobody bigger kind of come in for you with that kind of goal scoring stats. Because if you was playing around now, I'm sure you'd have got like bigger offers when you think.
Yeah, there were whispers that Hibernian wanted me.
Oh wow.
So it were Hibernian, York, Mansfield. But I'm that sort of person. I just want to get it sorted, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
longer I went on, I just thought I'm just going to sign for York. And then, like I said earlier, I just told Coxie I'm signing for York, and he went, "Just come down here, we'll get it done now." So it's been really quick.
Yeah, definitely. Just ask a couple of questions, really. Lee. Who was your toughest opponent that you faced in your career?
Toughest opponent, what, non-league or?
Just in general, mate. Yeah.
I have to say Patrick Berger when I was at Wednesday were just unbelievable. What a player he were. Obviously a young lad, but I'll always remember playing him. I think he just played. You played Euro '96 and been watching that, and just what a player. He was his opponent I've ever played against.
So you mentioned there, obviously the clubs that you follow in. You're still keeping up to date with Mansfield as well as the other clubs that you played for. Then.
Yeah, I keep up to date with all my local teams I've played for. Follow Mansfield. I've been to a few Wednesday games this year. Did Mansfield play Wednesday this year? They did, didn't they?
Yeah, the Papa John's Trophy, whatever. Yeah.
Down to that, but I'm working. But yeah, hopefully you guys can keep it up and get promoted. But be a big ask, League One sort of thing. I think Mr. Chairman will have to dip into his pocket if that happened.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I say, it's what it's like in football. People talk and they hear this and that type thing, but I think it's one of them that it's football anything can happen as a player. But I was going to ask you, what do you think of the chances this season?
Well, I've not seen you play or anything like that, but you've obviously got a good manager. I'm one of them really that thinks you're definitely going to have a little blip because you've only lost one in God knows how many, but there or thereabouts, come spring sort of thing, I think you've got a massive chance. You want to go into the playoffs with good form, really. Do you know what I mean? So there's some clubs in that league, but yeah, I think you've got every chance.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you've seen now. Obviously, got new training facilities and things like that. So it's kind of built for it. You know what I mean? To like kind of compete higher.
Yeah, yeah. Well, everything's set up. The ground's brilliant. It's a League One ground, really. If you like, you see some of the we've got Accrington and people like that in that league. Do you know what I mean? You've got a better setup than them. The facilities. I've not seen the new training ground, but I've seen pictures, and you're
Mm.
all set up to kick on. Really, I know the chairman wants Championship football. He said that numerous occasions when I were there, and we
Mm.
were all like, bleeding hell, all right, mate. But it's one of them. It's his dream, isn't it? And he's self-made millionaire, if you like. So why not dream big?
Yeah, definitely. That's it. I mean, you've got to be ambitious because what's the point in being in football when you think about it? But yeah, definitely. But yeah, thanks again, Lee, for
Yeah.
coming on. Really appreciate you taking your time, mate. What would you be a final message to Mansfield fans that supported you throughout your career?
Just thanks for the memories, really, and I'll never forget that promotion season. I think we were all in it together. You were definitely our 12th man, if you like, and just
Mm.
on the bus ride at the end of the season, it just showed what it meant to you, and just glad we could share them experiences together, really.
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, it's the last time we've had any success really. So it's one of them. Even as every fan and player, you'll never forget times like that. And hopefully, we can have a similar experience come end of the season.
Yeah, you've got to cherish them times. Yeah, I've got my fingers crossed for you, mate. And well, if you do get promoted, you'll be playing Wednesday next year, so I might get down to a game.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, mate. Yeah, maybe I have to talk
Yeah,
about that one soon. But yeah, thanks again, Lee. Appreciate you taking your time out, mate. Really do
no
appreciate
worries, mate.
it. All right, mate.
Right,
Okay,
all the best, pal. Ta-ra.
yeah, take it, mate.